I will. All right. Okay, and what is it called now? Irritable Foul Syndrome Theater presents now more tales from the vaults of the Octapuss Macabre. Lord and Lady were sitting by the crackling flame of the parlor fire, each of them sipping a cup of earth-wiling raspberry tea, when who should come knocking on their front door but the Octapuss Macabre, with his new girlfriend, Vesperia Vermontino, by his side. They had a complaint to postulate concerning the cab-driving crab, Nicholas Macrabe, and his highly rusticated remarks about the butterscotch leviathan, who'd been banned by all 7 town elders from piloting the silver-beaked submarine. Industry of industrial inroads to a better way of human interrelations were, of habituated altruisms, better yet going stag to Seamus Shindig's bluegrass jams uptown. But that was neither here nor there. As far as the Octapuss Macabre and his newly won Vesperia of the southernmost highlands were contriculated. What was their truest erudite concern was that Nicholas had insulted the butterscotch leviathan's mother with uncalled for, unasked for, and unreconcilably malnutritious overtures of retrolinear ecclesiasticals, unspeakably unreflected thereof. The butterscotch leviathan's freckled, polka-dotted mother had long ago given audience to a man from Bar Harbor, of highly unreprobate personage, who saw the butterscotch leviathan as a man who might becometh, with dedicated learning, the country's finest submarine piloting swashbuckler the world had ever seen. The butterscotch leviathan suggested to the illustrious attorney Ernie McCurney that the submarine he piloted be equipped with love potion pellets, which had been secretly made by Octapuss Freebird McCarthy in the unpublicized catacombs of Kitty Royale's ownership. They were designed by the gathered tribal leaders of St. Twerp's the Cricket Islands. The banks of which no one returns homeward from without he or she be born anew. You too. And so, meanwhile, Octapuss Freebird McCarthy's great-uncle Frymore was hospitalized in a near-toward hospital. From the rooms, hallways, and operating tables of which he was not expected to disembark any time soon, he spent most of his days reading the classics and trying not to think of much of caskets. Yo, ho, ho, and the ballyhoo, that's the flow. Meanwhile, Octapuss Freebird McCarthy was sitting in a local restaurant called Cram Bettle's Beehive Beck and Breakfast. Eating a healthy breakfast of unrevealed personage, he sat at the counter chewing the fat with Zachary Brybeck Basiltine, who was not only the counter clerk, but manager and owner of this hole-in-the-wall establishment. Zachary had envisioned his entire adult life putting together a time-traveling mechanism made of eggs, milk, breadcrumbs, and hamburgers, and as he was washing one by one the plates and silverware by hand, he spoke of this to Octapuss, knowing him to be an enormously well-read leader of men through the metaphorical flame of Shrew the Tame Country. a place where within time and space, oftener than not, stood still as it could without detouring the planet's circuit around the sun. They usually discussed Tesla, Kant, and Bertrand Russell, among a varied and various variety of other timeless expositioners of what the true reality of living man might be. That day, Zachary prefaced instead beforehand his vision of traveling back and forth through time in a gigantically round patty of winged meatloaf in order to improve his state of being, and through an intensity of mono-ambidextrous, eruditely rolling manuscripts, unravel the mysteries of man's purpose here on earth. Octapuss's rocking-chaired and window-siding mother had advised him 2.5 decades previous to that his true mission on earth was told her by a coconut castanet clapping, palm reading lady who owned and proprieted a bookshop along the Shoreline Road. That mission, the 22 zippered and 5,600,000 buttoned, palm reading, Fruit Loop, chicken coop worshipper told her, was to recompose the stolen genealogy of the sea turtles who now knew not the parentage from whence they came to be. And that was the tragedy that took up his face. That's it. Arashad.